So it will be more clear with this difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. See, so the meaning microeconomics and macroeconomics you already understood. Yes, micro means individual, that is study of individual unit, and macro means we are taking the aggregate of the economy as a whole. Okay, and what is the objective? That is basic objective of microeconomics and macroeconomics. See, basic objective in microeconomic is to determine the price of a commodity. Okay, to determine the price of a commodity, that is understood. Yes, determine the price of a commodity of individual goods, we can say basic. And in macroeconomic, objective is to determine income and employment level of the economy, that is the whole economy. Okay, here we are taking only the individual goods, and in macro we are taking the whole economy. And tools as we had already discussed, that in microeconomics demand and supply of individual unit, and in macroeconomics aggregate demand we are taking. Okay, that is of the whole economy. Okay, then next comes what, we can take it as aggregation, that is extent of comprehensiveness, the extent of comprehensiveness, that is what to say here, that it involves the limited degree of aggregation. For example, see, market demand is derived by aggregating individual demands of buyers. Okay, here we are taking individual demands of buyers in the particular market. Okay, and in macroeconomics we are taking the aggregate demand, that is aggregate demand is derived for the entire economy, that is a degree of aggregation. Here only the individual for microeconomics, and for macroeconomics there the highest degree of aggregation. Okay, in microeconomics the aggregation degree is only limited, but in macroeconomics highest degree of this aggregation is there. Okay, then comes assumption. Okay, so in microeconomics what happened, that it assumes all the variables to be constant, that is it assumes that national income, consumptions, saving, etc. are constant. Okay, it presumes all the microeconomic analysis presumes all the macroeconomic variables like GDP, inflation, etc. to be given and constant, that is it assumes all the variables, that is नेशनल इनकम, कंजम्पशन, ये सब जो है वो उसको कांस्टेंट रखता है इन माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, एज इट इज़ द लिमिटेड डिग्री, इट इज़ हैविंग द लिमिटेड डिग्री. ओके, एंड इन माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स व्हाट हैपन, इट एज्यूम्स दैट ऑल द माइक्रो वेरिएबल्स, मतलब जो छोटे छोटे वेरिएबल्स है, डिसीजन ऑफ हाउस होल्ड, फर्म्स एट्सेट्रा आर कॉन्स्टेंट. इनके हिसाब से अकॉर्डिंग टू माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स कॉन्स्टेंट होता है, और इनके हिसाब से माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स कॉन्स्टेंट. ओके, टू बी गिवन. Then other name, as we had already discussed, other name for microeconomics is price theory, and other name for macroeconomics is income and employment theory. Okay, I hope till here everybody clear. Yes. So bachas, now comes central economic problems, that is central problems of an economy. Okay, it means basic problem. Okay, every economy has some or the other problem which they have to always face. Yes, if it is a developed nation also, any economy, small, large, big, it doesn't matter, it has to face these basic problems. Okay, so let us see what are these basic problems. So the basic problems are what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Okay, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. So first is what to produce. Okay, this is the major problem for any economy, that what should be produced, kiska production kare. See, many things are there which can be produced, isn't it? So in the economy we have to think that what we should produce so that our resources are properly utilized. Okay, without any wastage, and no person in economy should be there who cannot afford that, and we cannot make our what to say, goods available for them. Okay, we have to do in such a way. So this problem basically involves a selection of goods and services to be produced, that is what are the way to produce and the quantity to be produced, that is which goods to be produced and of how much quantity. Okay, because many varieties are available for us to produce. You can take farmer, that is variety of crops are there for them, like wheat, rice, etc. to produce. है ना. So he always think that my resources should be properly used, and with this two things happens, that is social welfare, that is सोसाइटी तक पहुंचाना, सोसाइटी को मिल रहा है, एंड टू अर्न सम मनी, फार्मर कुछ मनी भी अर्न कर सकते हैं, isn't it? And profit maximization, earning money means profit maximization. So in this way economy has to think about the maximum benefit which we can provide it to the society. Okay, along with this our society as a whole should develop also. So here why quantity is important, because if it is underproduction in the society, things will be scarce, चीज़ों की कमी रहेगी, and if कमी रहेगी then inflation occurs, inflation means महंगाई. Okay, and if it is overproduction then वो पड़े पड़े it will be a wastage. So this is also a bad situation for the economy. Yes, so whatever quantity we are producing, it should be fully utilized. Okay, this is about what to produce. Okay, next comes how to produce. How to produce, that is how production should be done. So here the main thing is technique, that is selection of technique to be used. So mainly here two types of techniques are used, labor intensive technique and capital intensive technique. Okay, so basically in labor intensive technique more labor and less machines are used, and in capital intensive technique more machines and less labor are used. Now see, all the economy has their own system, like Indian economy. Here more labors are there, poor peoples are there, and people are not so skilled also, है ना. So here this labor intensive techniques are more used, that is in our economy, and reason is also there for this. If we use here capital intensive technique, that is more machines, then what happened is more unemployment will occur. Yes, so if we are having labor in abundance, then for us the best technique which is suitable for us is labor intensive technique only. Yes, so every economy has to decide whether to use labor intensive technique or capital intensive technique. Developed nations like USA, China and all, they are using capital intensive technique. In fact in China this labor intensive technique are also used. They are having machines also, and they are using as they are using having abundance of labor also. So they are using both the techniques, labor intensive and capital intensive, that is mixture of both the technique they are using. So the point is that in how to produce we have to select the technique. Technique is the basic point here in how to produce. Now last comes for whom to produce. Okay, in every society three kinds of people are there. One is very poor, yes, then very rich, and third is middle class. And now in the middle class also different categories are there. Okay, like maybe in your area more young generations are there. Now India is a country where I think most of the population is youth. So production should be according to them. Some areas are there where old generations are there, isn't it? So every country has their own democratic profile and structure. So you as an economy has to think that for which category we have to produce goods. Okay, if you think that in your economy more children or youth are there, then you can produce garments, shoes, cell phones, etc., isn't it? This will make more profit for you. Yes, if old ages are more, then you can produce wheelchairs, walking sticks, etc., that will make you to earn profit. Yes, so here you have to choose the category of people who will ultimately consume the goods, and you can select the category on a rich and poor basis also. Okay, so for whom to produce, here also you can see it is categorized. Okay, it is categorized under two main subheadings, that is personal distribution and functional distribution. Okay, so personal distribution it can be better understood by income and wealth held by individuals. Okay, that is which decides their status of being classified as rich or poor. Okay, you can see that it means how national income of the economy is distributed among different groups of people. Simply if we say personal distribution. Understood? That is the economy here has to decide which goods it is going to produce to serve the balance between both the rich and the poor. Okay, who are the integral part of the society, who are the integral part of the economy. Okay, this is personal distribution. Okay, in personal distribution we can say for rich and for poor, both. Then comes functional distribution. See, functional distribution, as we know that production of any economy is the result of joint efforts of the four factors of production. Okay, you know the four factors of production, all of you. Four factors of production, that is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship, isn't it? So production of a commodity result in the income generation here. So it is said that it involves deciding the shares of different factors of production in the total national product of the country. National product of the country, that is, it result in income generation, production. Okay, this income is to be distributed among the four factors of production. These four factors of production, it is in the form of rent, wages, interest, profit, isn't it? Okay, clear all of you? Functional distribution, that is, it is based on the factors of production. We have to take into consideration all the factors of production: land, labor, capital and one more factors of production is, that is, entrepreneurship. Okay, so these are the basic economic problems. I hope these topics clear all of you. Yes, so go through once again all the topics. I'll send you the notes for this class also. Okay, synopsis you are already having. Okay, some notes which I am having from the book I'll send you. You can write it. Okay, so as soon as the class begins and whatever the topics I am taking, okay, then and there itself, that is on that day itself, if you will make the notes, it will be more easier for you. Okay, no, not a burden for you to complete the whole chapter, isn't it? So for today's class also, I'll send you the notes, and I hope everybody clear. Bachas, sorry that I had not taken the class today in Google Meet. Okay, I hope if I had taken Google Meet this class, I'll not be able to complete in that prescribed time also. I hope so, isn't it? Okay, so I hope the clear all of you this class, everybody, all the topics, go through it once again. I'll send you the notes. Thank you so much. God bless you all, bachas.